Hello, I'm Henry, and I'm going to be discussing the dictionary data structure in Python. So the dictionary is a data structure that consists of keys and associated values. And you can build one with the syntax like this here. And the keys don't have to be strings. They can be integers or tuples or any immutable data structure, so object, so one you can't change, while the value can just be absolutely anything, even another dictionary. You can store anything you want in values, and you can easily add more key value pairs like this. So, for instance, we might put Henry age equals 25. Now, the one of the disadvantages of dictionary as a data structure is that you can only have all the keys have to be unique. So, for instance, if I try and create another Henry, so we've got a different student in the class who's a bit older, he's 27. But then we look at that, we see that it's just overwritten it. It hasn't actually created a new one. Um, and that's due to the way the hashing function that allows you to actually look up the value based on the key works. It needs unique values to work correctly. Now, the advantage of a dictionary is that if you know the key, you can look up the value in constant time. You don't have to go through every single element like you would in a list to find the value you want. And that's incredibly useful if you're building a database. If you have hundreds of thousands or millions of entries, it's going to take an incredibly long time to go through all of them and return the data for the entry that has the correct name if you use a list. But if you use a dictionary, it's constant time. It can still be extremely fast. So that's what makes dictionaries really useful. But you do have to keep in mind that if you want to actually iterate through all the elements, which is possible, you can look up the keys of the dictionary. Oh, I meant keys, not keys. You can loop through them and look up each of those values individually. You can do that, but because of the overhead of the hashing function that gets you from the key to the value, that's a lot slower than looping through a list. So essentially, use a dictionary if you need to look up a couple of items in a really, really massive list really, really quickly. Don't use it if you want to operate on every single object in the data structure. In that case, you'd be better off using something like a list. So thank you very much. I hope that explained that explanation was useful about how dictionaries work in Python.